It's 2025, and Japan is staring into the abyss. On June 7th, 2024, the numbers dropped like a guillotine. 686,061 births, the lowest since records began in 1899. A nation is fading, and with it, a creeping dread is spreading. What happens when a country runs out of people? What happens when loneliness becomes the only thing left? Tonight, we unravel the horrifying truth of Japan's population crisis and the chilling fate that awaits us all if we don't act. Buckle up. This is not just a statistic. This is a warning. I'm not here to bore you with numbers. I'm here to shake you awake. 2 days ago, I was driving, listening to a YouTube video featuring Mikiya Takasu, son of the Takasu Clinic family. It hit me like a punch to the gut. Japan's birth rate is collapsing, and it's not just a problem, it's a crisis. The total fertility rate in 2024? A measly 1.15. You need 2.07 just to keep a population stable. Do the math. We're not replacing ourselves. We're vanishing. And with every passing year, the gap grows wider. 950,000 more deaths than births in 2024 alone. This isn't a slow decline. This is a free fall into a future that feels empty. Picture this. Entire towns erased. Schools silent, their playgrounds rusted. Hospitals overwhelmed, with no one young enough to care for the elderly. 1 million elderly, alone, forgotten, their lives ending in solitude. This is what Japan faces if we don't stop this slide. The population could plummet to 70 million, but it's not just numbers. It's the loneliness. A society with no children, no future, just echoes of what used to be. Can you feel it? That hollow ache of a world left behind. Why is this happening? I spent hours this morning, Wednesday, June 11th, 11:25 a.m., scribbling 3 pages of notes, trying to make sense of it. Let me break it down, because this isn't just Japan's problem. It's a glimpse into a nightmare that could spread. Here are the 4 horsemen of this crisis. 1. Economic terror. Every trip to the supermarket feels like a robbery. Prices climb, taxes choke, consumption tax at 10%, social insurance eating your paycheck. Wages stagnant. The middle class is crumbling, splitting society into the ultra-rich and the desperate. Young people can't afford to dream, let alone have kids. The parent lottery decides your fate. No money, no university, no future. Scholarships, they chain you to debt. Families are forced to choose between education and survival. How can you start a family when you're drowning? 2. The death of romance. 1 in 5 young people has never dated, not even held hands. Love is dying in Japan. Rural areas are social wastelands, no meetups, no group dates, no pickup spots. Even in cities, connection is fading. Why? Social media, streaming, adult content. It's all too easy to stay alone. Men and women, glued to Netflix or subscriptions, feel self-sufficient. Why risk rejection when you have a screen? But that convenience comes at a cost, a generation too isolated to love. 3. Women's burden. Women's advancement is a triumph, but it's also a trap. Dual-income households are now the norm. Low wages force both parents to work. But who handles the housework, the childcare? Too often, it's still women, burning out under the weight of unequal roles. Men, myself included, aren't stepping up enough. 1 in 3 marriages ends in divorce, and many women are saying, why bother? Marriage feels like a gamble with bad odds. And kids? They're a dream, too expensive to chase. Rural extinction. Tokyo's a black hole, sucking in 1/4 of Japan's population. Its fertility rate? A terrifying 0.96. Less than 1 child per woman. Rural areas are bleeding out. Young people flee to cities for jobs, leaving ghost towns behind. No excitement, no opportunities, just decay. The countryside is dying, and with it, the heart of Japan. This isn't just about numbers. This is about humanity. Fewer births mean more crime. Desperate people with nothing to lose. An aging population means collapsing industries, transportation, construction, elder care, all crumbling under the weight of too few young hands. And the loneliness? Oh, the loneliness. Millions of elderly, abandoned, solitary deaths rising. A society where no one knows your name. Can you imagine it? A world so quiet, so empty, it feels like the end? But what if we could stop it? I've got solutions. Not perfect, but a start. Imagine this. Free university education with academic standards. No debt strangling young dreams. Slash consumption tax to 5%. Give people breathing room. Conditional basic income. 50,000 yen for low earners. Easing inequality's grip. Community matchmaking events. Low cost, monthly. Bringing people together. Massive childbirth incentives. 5 million yen for your first kid. 10 for the second. 15 for the third. Make families possible again. Limit Tokyo's population. Push people to rural areas with subsidies, like 100,000 yen monthly, for couples in places like Yamaguchi. These ideas could pull us back from the brink, but time's running out. In 20 years, when 686,061 kids are all we have to care for millions of elderly, who'll be there? For me? For you? For the baby boomers? For the lost generation? This is personal. I'm struggling too. Every grocery trip, every bill, I feel the squeeze. But I refuse to let fear win. Japan needs action, now. The government must create opportunities, bridge divides, or we'll face a future where loneliness is all that's left. What will it feel like to live in a world with no one left to care? To walk streets where laughter is a memory? That's the mystery we're racing toward. Japan's crisis is a warning for us all. If we don't act, we'll all feel that great, terrible loneliness. I'm making this video to scream this truth into the void. If this moves you, share it. Comment below. What do you fear about this future? What can we do? Let's fight this together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, if there's anyone left to watch.